Alright, I have no idea what happened there, but it looks like my Streamlabs was off when I came back. So let's just go here, we'll go to Window. So let's bring up the Ricciville map. I hope everybody comes back. Like I said, I have no idea what happened there. Let's wait for this to open. I'll just blame it on the dog. It's the dog's fault. Alright, so this map is open, so the glue factory's done. We're going to come back over here to um, this guy. Now this guy is a little bit different. He doesn't have a back entrance, but Farm Chick 63. Yeah, I would just blame him. He's not a poor little dog. He's a 90-pound Roddy that hates people. Now he's friendly. He's just protective of the house and the yard. All right, so let's go global company. Let's go into the beehives first. Let's go into our pallet spawner, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to double up on these guys. Let me go down on the speed. Alright, so we're going to duplicate that one. Let's bring them back here. Spin it around this way. Zero it out, leave it away from the curb a little bit, and then slide you down. So let's put 11 of them on this side. Now, leave enough room to get the truck in here. So there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So there's our 11 extra spawners. Let's pull up the Ricciville Objects Pallets Global Company, our what is it, Beehive pallet. Beehive pallet. No, that's the birdseed pallet. Beehive pallet. So the beehive pallet, we changed the mass to 200, so it was a little bit lighter, and we went up to 6,000 liters per pallet. So that's our first change. And then we went into Ricciville Placeables Global Company. Beehives are us. So this spawns out at 6,000 liters per pallet. Let's go into Documents, My Games, Farm Sim, Mods. Let's go into the Islands map, Placeables, Global Company. The beehives are us. So that's 132,000 liters. And then let's grab our spawners 12 through 22 and put them in here. And then let's grab 11 to 22, put them in here. And then let's grab this one, 11 to 22, and put them over here. Alright, so that takes care of, let me close that one. So that takes care of the beehives. So that factory is now double. Next thing we have to do is Alex RB1000, don't know what you got. Farm Chick, I have a blue healer and a bull mastiff, both very big dogs. Yeah, the bull mastiffs are nice. Alright, so let's go to let me leave the let's go back in here. So coal mine 01. Let's fix the pallets first before we start fixing the mine. So let's go Ricciville Objects Pallets Global Company. Alright, the coal rock pallet has to go to 10,000 liters. So let's save that. The copper rock pallet has to go to 10,000 liters. Save that one. What am I missing? The ore rock pallet has to go to 10,000 liters. Nickel rock pallet has to go to 10,000 liters. And the rock pallet has to go to 10,000 liters. So the coal mine, our coal rock goes to 10,000 liters. There are 18 pallets, so this goes up to 180,000. So that is our coal mine. Our copper mine goes to 10,000 liters, and this goes up to 180,000. Did I set the coal mine at the right level? Let's just go back in and check it. Yeah, 180,000. Alright, so that's a copper mine, gravel mine, gravel mine doesn't spawn. What did I do to the gravel mine? Did I mess the gravel mine up? Let's come back to that a second. nickel mine. Our nickel rock is 10,000 liters, and that goes up to 180,000. The ore mine goes to 10,000 liters, 180,000. A refinery rock crusher. So that's the one I was thinking of. Rock crusher is 10,000 liters, 180,000. That's where our rock is. So the gravel mine, I'm going to have to change that. Oh, the gravel mine got deleted. I just haven't removed it yet. Sand mine is good. Silt mine is good. Stone processing. Stone processing is good. It doesn't spawn any boulders. Nope, so we're good there. So that takes care of that one. So coal rock, copper rock, nickel ore, and rock was taken care of. We took care of the beehives. The only thing left is the plywood. So let's go to Ricciville Objects, Pallets, Global Company, our plywood pallet. Our plywood pallet the mass went to 200, and we upped this to 10,000 liters on the other map. I know what we missed. Damn, we gotta go back and fix that. Let's fix this one first. Let's pull up Mammoth Mill. We have to change our plywood pallet to 10,000 liters. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 pallets. So this is going to go to 180,000. So that'll fix that will fix Mammoth Mill on this map. Now, there's a couple things we forgot about on the islands map. So let me save this and close it. We have to go back to the islands map. I forgot an update. Farm chick, very protective of me. They're your bodyguards. Yeah, I could imagine. Old man, if I watch these parts of the stream, I'll pick up more bad habits. What am I doing now? Oh, I'm showing you how to adjust the palette sizes. Well, it created a ripple effect that I've completely forgot about. So we got to go back and fix something on the islands map. I'm glad I didn't put that update out yet, because it would have been wrong, and I would have been putting another update out. So let's close this a minute. We have to go back to the islands map. Let's go Richie's Islands. We have to go to Placeables, Global Company. We have to go to let's come over here. We increased the beehive palette. But we forgot to, let me find it. It should be highlighted in green. Building K. we forgot to increase the warehouse. So we have to go to building K, and we have to take our beehive pallet. Our beehive pallet no longer spawns out at 4,000 liters. It has to spawn out at 10,000 liters. So that fixes that warehouse. So that should be the fix for the beehive pallet. I just want to go through here and make sure that's the only place beehives are. So we fixed the beehive in building K. We fixed the beehive pallet in beehives are us. Now what we forgot about was we increased the plywood pallet. So let me go control find. Let's go plywood. Let's come up here to the top. Find next. So warehouse 3. So let's go to warehouse 3. We have to change plywood here so it spawns out at 10,000 liters. So that fixes that one. So where else do we have plywood? That's an input, so we don't need to fix that one. That's an input. That's an input. Alright, Mammoth Mill, we may have to fix that. So let's go to Mammoth Mill and our plywood. Yep, we didn't fix this. So our plywood is now 10,000 liters. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 18 spawners, so this is 180,000. Oh, do I have too many zeros? Yeah, 180,000. So that one is fixed. And there's one more warehouse that has plywood in it. Building A. So we have to come in here and fix building A. Or they're not going to spawn out right. So building A, we have to fix the plywood pallet so it spawns out at 10,000 liters. And I think that's it. Yeah. Yep, so that fixes our plywood. So that means I'm going to have to zip that map up one more time and test it. But I wanted to go in and fix that on the islands map before I forgot about it. So let's go back to... Alright, so back to Ricciville. Maps, map. Change one thing and it becomes a really big snowball effect. Can't just increase the pallet size. I've got to increase every single factory that it affects. Alright, so I think that's all the updates on this map to match the islands map. Before we start building orchards and greenhouses, I forgot to put lights on the... let's get back here. Drywall factory. We didn't put any lights on it. So let's go into global company, Ace Drywall. Yeah, we didn't put any lights on here, so let's create a transform group. Let's put it in here. Let's call it lighting. We have to put in script callback on create, and we have to give it a command of night 2 on create, so the lights only come on at night. So let's go to the refinery. Let's steal an outdoor light. Duplicate that. Cut it from there, put it in here. There we go. So now, didn't want to do that. Alright, so now we have a light over here. Where do we want to start? Let's start edit interactive placement somewhere about here. Now let me take my speed down so I'm not flying around at 80 miles an hour. Alright, so let's spin you around, get you squared up to 0. And put it about here. Yeah, it looks about center. Let's get one. Let's go minus 90. Bring you out to about here. Let's duplicate that. Drop you down. Put you about there. Throw one on this corner of the building. There. Alright, so let's go back to that one and duplicate it. Let's spin it around. Bring it out this way. About there. Duplicate that one. So come up here. About there. Throw it on this corner of the building. About there. Now I want the other kind of light, and I don't know if I have one in here. Nickel line. Yeah, I may have to import it in from the other map. Stone processing. Oh, I do have a neon light. I want to grab this neon light. Let me duplicate that. Let's cut it out of there. Let's put it here. Alright, so let's come over here. Let's go edit, interactive placement. Alright, so this is a very bright neon light. Square you up to 0. That throws off quite a bit of light at night. Let's get it on the bottom side of this pipe. So it lights up this area here at night, dropping off our product. So one will definitely do it. They're pretty bright. And then we need, let's bring that same light over here. Let's turn it this way to -90. Let's get it close to the roof and centered. And I want to bring one about here and drop it down. Let's put one about there so we can see at night picking up our pallets. And then let's get one or two, actually one. Let's get one in here so we can drop off our goods here at night. Let's turn it this way and let's drop it just under the roof. No, come down a little bit more so we can see dropping our product off here at night. Alright, so that fixes our lighting here. So that factory's done. What do I have left in this file? Ricciville new buildings. Alright, so beehives are us. I can delete that. We have that in the map. The glue factory is in the map. So we can delete that out. Alright, let's work on the poultry house. Now the poultry house, let me get a little bit of speed. I have a spot over here picked out for the poultry house. I want to come over here. I want to see if this field over here is big enough to put the poultry house in. Here. If not, we're going to have to find a little bit bigger spot. But I'm thinking right here. So that finishes ace drywall. Let's create a transform group. Let's call it poultry house. Let us close all this stuff we don't need open. Alright, so let's cut it from there. Let's put it in our global company folder. Alright, so let's go file, import. Let's import our Ricciville new buildings. Let's bring the poultry house in. Alright, let's cut it from there. Let's paste it into here. And let's go edit interactive placement. Bam. And it's definitely not going to fit in here. But we are going to probably have to make it a little bit smaller. But it is definitely not going to fit in there. Alright, so I'm trying not to take away any fields. but we may end up taking out a field. Where do we want to put the poultry house? Now I can lose the fence and make it a little bit smaller, but it's definitely not going to fit there. Do we want to put it where the old farmyard was and the animals? Or do I want to put it... You guys aren't going to like this, but let me try something. Poultry house on top of the mountain? Alright, thumbs up, thumbs down in chat. Poultry house on top of the mountain, yay or nay? Or we can come over here to where Lucy's was. I am going to put another horse pen in here that we removed. I want to put the pastureless, the open pasture horse in there. Yay, nay? Everybody hate the beehive on top of the mountain? Or the poultry house on top of the mountain? I don't think I like it up there. I think I want to leave that an open field if I can. Nay? Yep. Alright. Then let's go with my other choice. Let's come down here to where Lucy's, the field by Lucy's. Let's go edit interactive placement. Let's bring it down here. We're going to rearrange this anyway and make it a little bit smaller. We're going to lose the fence. But I think I like it in here. Let's go... I don't even know if I like it in here. It looks out of place there as well. My other choice is this field back here. So let's come over here. Let's go edit interactive placement. I think I like it over here. And if I think we can keep some of the fencing here. Yeah, I definitely like it here. So let's go, what angle? 40, not, wow, it's at a weird angle. Let's try and get it square. Let's bring it down this way. I think we're going to lose the fence and leave it all open. Yeah, I think we're going to lose the fence. But I definitely like it here. Alright, so where is our fence? House, fence. Oh, I can't get rid of the whole fence. We're going to have to do this piece by piece. Crap. So, no. Start here. Yeah, start here. Do we want to leave the fence or do we want to lose the fence? We could build a road into it and leave the fence. I think I am. I think we're going to keep the fence. Let's see what it looks like. If we... I know I need to get rid of the grass and clean this lot up, but before I do that, I just want to make sure it's going to fit in well over here. Yeah, I actually think that'll work out pretty well. I just want to angle this out a little bit more so it comes up here to the end. Yeah, about there. Alright, so let's bring this fence across. Last one, let's stretch out a little bit, and then this one will stretch out a little bit, fill in the gap. And then I like this. We're going to keep the fence. And we're going to create a little opening back here to come in and out of. So let's move this tree to this side of the fence. Block off whatever that is, Wendy's. So before I get rid of the grass, let's bring this fence around. Yeah, it's going straight. All right. And let me take the speed down. Eventually we may end up opening a fence on this side, I'm not sure yet, but for now I'm just going to fence it in. Let's come up here to the end. One or two more. Let's see where we look. Yeah, about there. We'll clean up this grass in a minute. I just want to get the rest of this fence in. So you need to be angled out a little bit more. A little bit less. Yep, so you're about there. And so let's make you a little bit longer. Bring you down. Let's make you a little bit longer. Let's make you a little bit longer. Alright, so that balances that out. Now we have to, and this is where it becomes a pain because I can't see. Let's go to subtract grass, but let's change this from round to square. So let's remove our grass in here, and we'll come back and fix it later. Let's take the grass out of our pond, and the warehouse, so there's no grass in the warehouse. Alright, so that removes that grass. Let's get rid of some grass here. Let's go change this to round. Let's get some rough dirt. So bring our dirt over to about there, and then we'll have a road. Have a road coming over this way. Drop off our animals through here. We'll have another road going through this barn, and we'll have the road coming out around. Something like that, just to rough it in. We'll come back and clean it up. So let's clean this up. We'll come back and clean the barn out and the shed out. Alright, so that roughs that in. Again, this is going to be another one that's hard to see. Where's our pole barn? Let's make you invisible for a second. Let's grab our dirt. And let's get rid of our grass. Alright, turn that off. Let's make you visible again. So that should get rid of the grass in there. probably going to have to do the same thing to this guy. Let's make you invisible as best we can. Let's take and paint in some dirt and then remove our grass, and we'll come in and clean it up. Let's turn you back visible. So that should have taken care of the grass inside. We have a little bit more, so let's go a little bit more aggressive on the dirt. And let's get rid of the rest of the grass that's in here. Same thing on this side. Get rid of the grass in here. A little bit more up here. And let's get rid of the grass here. Alright, so that's grass inside of there. Alright, let's bring this road around this way. And then let's leave it like that for now. Let's do a little wrong color. Let's go back to grass. Let's throw some of our grass back in here. Actually, no, I want to leave a little bit of dirt here for the chickens. Let's go back to rough dirt. Let's bring the rough dirt out and around about here. And then let's take the grass out. Something like that. Yeah, like that. We are going to need to bring this road through here so we can pick up our bone meal. So what I may do is bring the road this way, and then let's change this back to grass here. I like that. Let's get rid of this, and we'll come back and clean up the edges. So that gets us close there. Now let's roughen this side, and we'll clean up the edges. Alright, so we're going to come out of here. We need to come out of here. Let's go back to rough dirt. Let's come out of here and go this way. And get rid of the dirt, or get rid of the grass. Roughly clean up the edges later. Yep, and then let's get you going this way. Something like that. Make you a little bit whiter. Alright, so that gets it close to where we need it. So this fence is going to go, this fence is going to go, and then you are going to come out to the road. something like that. And this fence, I think I'm going to make just a little bit smaller so we can get that opening. Alright, so we have to come, that's our manure pit, right? Yeah, that's our manure pit. So let's bring our grass over this way, or our dirt over this way. This is our manure pit. So let's just come straight over here. Get rid of this mess. Get rid of that mess. Let's take out the grass. And come back and clean up the edges. Want to just rough this in. Something like that. And now let's clean this mess up. Let's go like this and like this. Just leave a little bit of grass here. And let's just get rid of it all. Let's just go dirt. Alright, so that roughs that in. So now we just got to clean up the edges. Let's bring dirt back. And bring this back in a little bit. Come here, clean up the edges. Put our grass back in here. A little bit here. So let's clean up some grass, put some grass back in along here. And let's get rid of that little bit here. So that cleans up this side. We'll come back and work on this pond. So I'm going to leave that side go for now. Come in here, clean this up. Takes that out. Alright, so cleans this edge up. Cleans that edge up. I'll come back in and fix around the pond in a second. Clean up this edge. Come through here. We have to bring our slide gates in. Actually, I'm going to do roll doors on this map since we're starting fresh. Now I'll bring the slide gates in. Alright, so this edge looks pretty good. I just want to get some of this grass out of the dirt. So let's, oh come on, click on there. Let's clean this up. Clean that up. Alright, now let's figure out where our water is. So let's go 100 for now. Replace, and somewhere under here, no, I'm going to have to bring a water plane in. Alright, but for now, let's clean some of this up. Let's take this down. For now, I need a water plane. So let us let's go to Ritchie Islands. Let's open this map up. Alright, everybody says keep the fence. Sorry, I was just catching up on chat. I need a water plane for the ducks to swim in. I just want to see what we have in this map. We need our 16x script, and we are good. We're not that far from the poultry house. Let's come over here. I want to grab this water plane. I'm going to go File, Export, Water, Pond. Let's save that. And I'm going to leave this map open for a minute. So let's go here to new buildings. Let's check our, so there's no textures to fix. So let's bring in our water plane. Alright, so let's minimize the fence. Let's put it in here. And we have, let's turn you, I don't want it out in that field too much, so let's slide you back. Alright, so that gets us some water, but I think it's up too high. Let's bring that down. So I want the ducks in the water, but I don't want the chickens in the water. Right, that'll work. So now let's take, let's go back to 100.922. Let's raise this back up a little bit here. does this side look? We got one chicken in the water over here, so let's take some of the water out here. Looks like you're still on the water, but that's alright. Now, I don't want to go with sand, so let's go with... let's see how the animal mud looks. If it's too dark, we'll lighten it up. Let's bring our animal mud out. And then let's bring our animal mud over this way. Now I think if I don't, what do we have in the way of decal foliage here? Do we have small, what do you look like? Oh, that, I can live with that. So let's put this in here. It's not too tall for the chickens. So let's bring you along the fence. And let's come along the fence. Come around here. Bring this around like that. And then let's bring this around right up to the fence and along here. And let's bring you along here. Along the fence. Now let's clean up outside the fence. So let's switch this back to grass. And come along here. Bring regular grass along here. So that should clean up this side. Let's clean up this side. missing some grass along the fence. Alright. Let's bring this over here. Cleans up this side. And that cleans up that side. And a little bit of grass here. Let's go back to subtract. Let's clean this up. Alright, so I think that is our grass. We have our opening coming in. Want to take a little bit more, wrong button. Let's change this back to rough dirt. And let's bring this back a little bit. Off the road. Off the road. Alright, so there's our poultry house. How does that water look? I think the height of the water is going to be about right. We'll know when we go in game if we have to adjust the water. Alright, so let's go back down here. And since we exported this right out of the other map, I really don't think there's many adjustments we need to do to it. So all of our in triggers are good. All of our out triggers are good. Our player trigger, yeah, let's leave it here. Let's make it a little bit smaller. Let's grab our tour icon, duplicate the glue factory, call it the poultry house. Let's throw you there. Let's bring you up a little bit and bring you over to here. And that's where our player trigger is. Let's bring you back a little bit more. About there. Let's put the hotspot in before I forget. So this is the poultry house. And full name. Is poultry house. Let's grab our X. Put it in here. Let's grab our Z and put that in here. So that's our hotspot. Alright, so where were we? Player triggers taken care of. Our warning stripes are good. Beacon is not moved. Our audio is not moved. Yeah, we pretty much left this like it was. Our lights are good. The warehouse is here. And our liquid manure pit is back here. Now, the other thing is it's going to need its own farmland. So where are we on farmlands? What did we use last? So we have 0127, we have 0137, we have 01237. Let's try 0237 and see where that gets us. Farmland 0, 2, 3, and 7 is 141. I can live with that. Let's copy that, paste it in there, call it 141. It is going to be 0, what did I say it was? 0, 0, 2, 3, and 7. So it is 0, 2, 3, and 7, and it is the poultry house. So it is number of 141. It is 141. So let's paint in this and give it its own farmland. I want to make this square. So when we buy it, it's in its own farmland and it is correct. Just take it square over to the road. Let's bring it up here. Square that up. Alright, so that is now in its own farmland when we purchase it. Alright. So what did I say that was? 141. So this becomes 141. Let's give this a quick save. I actually like where this turned out. It turned out to be in a pretty good spot right here. Sorry, hit my mic. Alright, so let's minimize you a minute. Let's go to our Ritchie Islands map. Let us find the poultry house. There it is. So we are going to copy this into the Ricciville map. We have to rename it from Ritchie Islands to Ricciville. And let's save that. Alright, so we have water, we have chicken feed. And is chicken feed? It is not. So we have to put Control C, Control V. We need chicken feed down here. Is it all lowercase or is it not lowercase? Chicken feed can be that way. I think it was how is it in our fill type? Come on. Chicken feed is with a capital F. So chicken feed can go here. Alright, we have straw. I don't need. Chicken is already defined down the bottom because we have our, oh, I don't have, chicken's an in-game, duck is not an in-game, but we have our ducks down here. Bird seed we're going to need down here. Oh, bird seed we already have. Why did we have bird seed but not chicken feed? Alright, that was weird. Alright. So we have our bird seed. Diesel's an in-game name. Bone meal. So we have to put bone meal down here. What else do we have? Egg is an in-game name. Duck egg is not. So we need duck egg down here. Capital E. Alright, so duck egg is down here. Manure is an in-game name. Chicken fillet is not. We have to get chicken fillet down here. So chicken fillet's not down there. Duck Hutzer's not going to be down here either. Look, duck cuts. So we have that listed. Sewage is in. Byproducts should be down there already, and then down. Oh, we have to add down. I already had chicken feed. Did I list chicken feed twice? Let's take another look at that chicken feed. Oh, I did have chicken feed, so we can delete this one. Good catch. Alright. I think that's everything in this XML. So let's bring up Ricciville Placeables Global Company. Let's bring up Islands Placeables Global Company. Let's grab the Poultry House XML. Let's copy that. Let's paste it into here. Now the first thing we need to do is change the islands picture to the Ricciville picture, and then everything Ritchie Islands has to get changed to Ricciville. So let's save that. let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So right now I have 9 outputs. I could put one more in, so let's do it. Let's go, let's copy this, let's paste it in, let's change it to 1, and then let's go trash. So we have to put it down there, we have to put it here. So that adds trash to that one. Let's add trash to this one. So, we have to output trash. So let's go here. Let's copy this. Let's paste it in. So output 10 is going to be trash. So poultry house. Let's bring in. Don't matter. Cement plant. Let's come down here. Let's grab trash. Copied over to the poultry house. So we're going to add a trash output. And do we have more? No, so these are our only pallet spawners. So let's come over here. Let's grab these and add them to the poultry house. Cement plant I can close so I don't mess up the XML. So that brings trash into, let's close this map so I don't mess anything up. Let's go back in here. Alright, so now we need to bring trash in here. And I think I'm going to put it over here next to the sewage. So let's clean up. Let's go back to, let's turn off our farmlands. Let's go back to our round brush. Let's go to grass. Alright, let's come in here. Let's remove some of our grass from about here over. Let's bring in some rough dirt along here. Let's bring a little bit of our grass back in along there. Oh, come on. I always hit the wrong button. So let's go to the glue factory. Let's grab these pallet spawners, duplicate them. Let's cut them from there. Let's paste them into the poultry house. Let's delete 3 of them. Let's take this one, put it here. So this will be our trash pallet spawner. Let's put our trash over here. Two. 3. And 4. Alright, so there's our trash. Alright, so now let's go back into here. And since we didn't make any changes to this, everything should be the same. Exact fill root is 000. Yeah, I'm just going to go through these really quick. I'm not going to check every one. Exact fill root 5 is 06 and 0, so they're all the same. Palette, our loading station, our loading trigger 2 is 1 and 1. Those are all the same. Everything should be the same. The only thing I should have to change Manure is 1, 2, 0, and 0, so those are all the same. The only thing I should have to change are our trash pallets. They become number 13. So that should be good. Our camera is where? Our camera's there looking at the factory, so that is good. Alright, so let me just come out here so I know where we're at, and let's give this another save. And we'll go in game and see if we're throwing any errors and if we need to clean anything up. Make sure nothing's floating. Alright, so that is saved. Let's minimize you. Let's bring up our crap. What am I working on? Ricciville unzipped. Save game 1. Oh, Honda Teddy yet? Well, that's a lot of work. Thank you very much for all you're doing. I enjoy this more than playing, actually. I get bored playing after about a half an hour. But I can sit here in the editor and work for like 14, 18 hours and lose track of time. I have a lot more fun editing and building than I do playing. Alright, so on our mini map now we should have the poultry house. So let's go visit. And that brings us here. I don't like the icon in the grass, so I may change that. We may throw a little bit more dirt in there, but before, let me get a little bit of speed. Before we test this, I want to do a quick walk around, make sure nothing's floating. Everything should be good. There's no doors on here yet. I have to storing them into the map. We have our water, well, our mist, our air conditioning is working. How's the water? So the water is not too high. The water's about perfect. Come on, jump the fence. Nothing in here should be floating. Yeah, everything looks good. So that looks good. Our trash spawners might be a little bit too low. I may have to raise them up a little bit. Visually, everything I think looks good. I don't see any grass in the barn. I don't see any grass in here. A little bit in the corner, but I can live with that. So this actually looks good. Let's grab some money. Let's see how much this farmland is to buy. So if we want to buy the chicken house, it's only 99,000. So that price can come down just a little bit. So now we should get our global company menu. We do. So our chicken line, water, chicken feed, straw, chicken, diesel. Duck line is water, bird seed, straw, duck, and diesel. And then I don't see any 110 errors. Before we give this a quick test, let's just minimize it. Let me pull up the game log. Let's scroll all the way to the top. Make sure we don't have any errors in the log. We'll give this a quick test. About 3 o'clock my time. I'm going to need some food shortly. Failed to open XML. Chicken fillet palette and duck cuts palette. So we're going to have to fix that. And the error down here, the waterfall, I haven't fixed yet. So I still know that one is here. So let's see what we did wrong with the palettes. So for now, let's come in here. I'm going to, for now we're going to exit without saving. Let's fix these palettes before we give this a quick test. So you need, what did I do wrong? Objects, palettes, global company. I probably messed up capital letter versus a lowercase letter. So let's go here, Ricciville, objects, palettes, global company. First one we want to look at is chicken fillet palette. And did we forget to bring the chicken fillet palette in? Chicken feed palette. We don't have the chicken fillet palette in here. I thought I brought all the palettes in here. We didn't. Okay, so that's an easy fix. Let's minimize this. Let's open up this. Let's go Richie Islands, objects, palettes, global company. We need the chicken fillet palette. This one. File, export selection with files, Ricciville, objects, palettes, global company. Chicken fillet palette. let's save that. Close it. Now I need the chicken fillet palette XML, so let's copy that. Let's bring it over to here, and then we have to fix it in the mod description. So let's copy this and paste it, and we have to add chicken fillet palette so the map recognizes it. And then what other one were we missing? Let's go back to our log duck cuts palette. So let's go over here. Let's grab our duck cuts palette. File, let's export that into the Ricciville map. Duck cuts palette. Let's close that. Let's grab the XML. Let's copy that, bring it over, and then we have to go back in here to the mod description. And we have to add our duck cuts palette in. Alright, so save that. Now, I go back into our log. Those should have been our only errors to fix. And it is. So now let's go back in game. Looks like we had another bot trying to come in. Let's go back to save game 1. Wait for this to load. Alright, so let's bring some more money back in. Let's get a little bit of speed. Let's teleport back to the poultry house. We get out of the trigger. Let's buy this piece of property again. Now I should get the trigger. We get the trigger. Again, I'm going to minimize this. Let's bring our log back up. And this time our log should be error-free. Alright, so just our creek, our water, I still have to fix the waterfall. But, yeah, let's kill some time. Let's go over to the shop. Let's get us a truck. Let's grab this guy. Let's lease him. Let's grab our flatbed. Let's get the animal trailer. And I passed off the flatbed somewhere here. Let's grab our truck. Let's go back into the store. Let's grab animal feed. Oh, it's missing the darn pictures. I don't even know if it's going to let us buy it. Let's try and buy a couple chicken feeds. And let's buy, I have to go in and fix this. Let's buy some bird seed, duck food. Oh, so they will spawn out, so we have to go in and fix those pictures. Alright, so let's go to regular size pallets. A couple pallets just to test a factory should be fine. So let's run these back there. I'm so looking forward to getting back on this map and playing. I'm trying to put everything in, just the basics, without taking any fields away. I don't mind losing some grass meadows, because you can always plant clover and get all the grass windrow you want. Now, I'm debating, and I'm probably going to do it, and I'll make a left here, just past Central Station. Right here to the left of Central Station, I'm probably going to build a logistics center and bring all the warehouses over here in a smaller footprint and make a small version of the logistics center right here. But this actually looks pretty good over here. I have to fix the traffic yet. I may have to go look at the Trello bar. I don't even know where the feed goes. I think the feed goes in here. I don't even have this running on my map yet. Yeah, okay, so the feed goes in here. So that trigger works. This should work because I pulled it right out of the other map. But I figure we'll just kill some time. Alright, so you can stay here. Let's teleport back to the shop. Let's just lease another truck. I'm not going to save this anyway. Let's grab some chickens and some ducks. Make sure that trigger still works. I'll have to remember to install follow me so we can just run two trucks at the same time. So let's grab some either chickens or ducks. It don't matter which one's first. So we got some ducks. And there's no picture for the duck. We're going to have to fix that. Do we even have ducks in here? Alright, we have ducks in there. We just have to fix the pictures. So I gotta fix the duck pictures. And I gotta fix the palette pictures. So let's run our ducks back. If ducks work, I'm not going to bother to get chickens because the chickens will work as well. So, but if we're testing, we might as well make 2 trips. Yeah, no, I was gonna say I was gonna go cross country, but I've got another set of railroad tracks to cross. Go. Oh, hung up. I am hung up. Oh man. And I guarantee you the stupid train is gonna come over and get me. Come on, get out of there. Oh, didn't get hit by the train. That's one plus for the day. Give me a second, I'll catch up on chat. Let me just head over here and unload the ducks. Is Ricciville going to have all the Ritchie Islands? Yes and no. I'm not building all the factories in, I'm only putting the basics in. So you'll have Mammoth Mill, the glue factory, the cement factory, the textile mill, the orchards, the greenhouses, the poultry house, and the slaughterhouse. Everything else will be placeables after the map is released. But it'll have all the exact fill types, fill planes, palettes. The map will be ready for all of them. It's just not going to physically have them in the map. Alright, so there's our ducks. Let's go grab some chickens. If we're going to test it, we might as well test it all the way. So yeah, it'll have all the exact same fill types, palettes, and everything that the islands map does. It just will not have all the physical factories built into the map. Um, and then the same thing with the Ridgie's Hollow map. That's going to get an update, so it has all the identical fill types, fill planes, particle effects, palettes as the islands map. But I want this map, after the basics are in, I want this map to be all placeable. So let's go grab some chickens. Because I already have the pie factory made as a placeable. I already have the fermenting house made and updated as the placeable. And I already have the breakfast factory made and running it as a placeable. And they'll be able to be used on all 3 maps once this map's finished and the hollow map is updated. I've got some silt net pond to remove. Figure probably another 2 weeks on this map, and this map should be ready for server testing. And then 3 to 4 weeks to rebuild the hollow map. Alright, so let's grab some chickens. I don't want a lot, just enough for testing, just to make sure the trigger works. Alright, so which pictures am I missing? We gotta fix this. We have pigs. We have the sheep. So I think I'm just missing the new animals. I'm missing the ducks, the goats. Yep. And so I've got to get the pictures fixed for those, and I got to get the pictures fixed for the feed pallets. Yeah, let me get around this corner and I'll catch up on chat. Oh, come on, don't you get in my way. Let's see if I can read chat without running off the road. Will you have separate folders for each map? Once all 3 maps are identical, you should be able to put all 3 maps in the same mods folder. And they will not conflict with each other. But that's something else that we will test. Because everything will be identical. The fill planes, the particle effects, the fill types, the palettes. So they will not conflict with each other. And that was another reason to make all 3 maps identical. Because then we can use the 1 vehicle pack on all 3 maps, the silo placeable pack on all 3 maps. So every one of everything that we made for the new map will be able to be used on all 3 maps, which is going to be awesome and consistent. Alright, so let's see if our chickens unload. So I'm getting a dialog box. Did I buy more ducks instead of chickens? I did, didn't I? Guarantee you I bought ducks instead of chickens. Yep. That's what I get for talking. Or did the ducks not empty out of the trailer the first time? No, we have chickens in there. For some reason they're not emptying because the store photo's not working. So that's why they're messed up. Alright, so we're going to have to fix that. So it thinks it still has ducks in it because there's no store photo. Alright, so we're going to have to quit without finishing testing this. Alright, so let's fix that mess. So it's probably going to throw an error. Should be an error in the log now. Something about missing. Yep, see, can't load all these PNGs now, so that's why they're going to throw errors. So let's fix our, so Ricciville store animals. Did I forget to put the PNGs in? It's a good thing I did test this. I wouldn't have realized these were missing. Alright, so let's go to, what am I missing? Ricciville, what was the path? Ricciville, objects, pallets, global company. So Ricciville, objects, pallets, global company, textures, store. So we're missing the store. Alright, so let's go to Richie's Island, objects, palettes, global company, textures. There should be store textures in here. Alright, so here's our store pictures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's copy these over to here. Alright, so that'll fix those for all of our food pallets. Alright, so now what are we missing? We are mixing Ricciville, Ricciville store. Aha, so we're missing that whole folder. So let's go to Richie's Islands store. Yep, we're missing this whole folder. So let's copy that over to here. Alright, so now we go in game. That should all be fixed. Just make sure there's no other errors in here. Alright, so there's no other errors in here, so let's go back into the islands map, or not the islands map, the Ricciville map. Let's delete save game 1, let's go back in. And let's see if it'll actually let us unload the ducks and the chickens this time. Alright, so let's try this again. Let's throw in some money. Grab a little bit of speed. Let's purchase the farmland. The poultry house is on. Let's head back to the vehicle shop. Let's lease the truck. Let's lease the animal trailer. And let's see if it'll let us unload it this time. Let's try this again. Let's buy our ducks. Let's go with the white one. Alright, we have a photo this time. And we should have ducks in here. Come on, peek in the hole. Alright, so we have ducks in there. Let's see if they'll empty this time without throwing an error. This is why most map authors hate putting new animals in the map, because if you miss one little step, nothing works right. If, I really hope it unloads this time, so if it doesn't unload, I've got another error to try and figure out. And I'll have to go back to the islands map, retrace my steps of putting in new animals in this map and see what I did wrong. I may be missing another folder that I don't realize. Alright, so hopefully when we unload them this time there's no ducks left in the trailer. So 23 ducks, and the verdict is the trailer looks empty, and we have ducks. We have ducks. Trailer looks empty. Let's go back and buy some chickens, and we'll see if it actually works this time. Now, can I get lucky enough? You reset, and you, yeah, reset. This way I don't have to drive back here. We can just go get our chickens. Oh, but you know what? By resetting the trailer, I wouldn't have caught my glitch. Alright, so let's... That's alright, we'll drive some chickens back anyway, then we'll bring this back and make sure that we can reload ducks in it. So let's grab some black chickens. And this time we should have chickens in here, not ducks. We do. So I'm thinking tomorrow, again, I should not have to leave the house again tomorrow. I don't have any plans. I want to get the orchards and greenhouses in this map. So we got to find a spot for them. And again, I want to try and put them in without losing any fields. Because unlike the islands map, but this map, if you do not come in and cheat and buy the whole map, you can do a lot of missions and earn money on. So let's see if these empty, make sure this trailer empties, and we should be good. I'm not going to test this any further. It should work fine. And then once all the factories are in, we can give it a really good test. Now this time we should get chickens. It's still showing ducks. I gotta figure out why it's not unloading. Yeah, it's not unloading the chickens for some reason. It's not, it still thinks there's ducks in the truck. I don't know why. Yeah, it still thinks there's ducks in the truck. I want to unload all 22. Yeah, for some reason it still thinks there are ducks in the truck. Huh, I'm going to have to figure that mess out. I don't know why. You know why? That is the animal box for just ducks. I moved the animal box for the chickens over here. I'm an idiot. Chickens get unloaded over here. Duh. Nothing wrong with the factory, nothing wrong with the truck. It's operator error. I can't get my chickens in the poultry house. Your poultry house is broken. No, it's just operator error. Alright, so let's leave you there. On the islands map, chicken, yeah, I realize that. If I was watching chat, you would have probably told me I was an idiot an hour ago. So let's do it. Let's lease another truck. So I don't have to drive all the way back there. And let's lease the flatbed. So let's come over here. Let's buy... Oh, wrong button. Animal feed. Okay, so here we go. We have our chicken this time. Get a couple pallets of those. Let's get a couple pallets of duck food. grab the trailer. Turn you on. And let's drive these back there. I forgot I had each animal. Oh, sorry, I forgot. Yeah, each animal has to have its own unload trigger. They can't go in the same trigger. I completely forgot about that. But the next three hardest buildings to build in here, that's going to be the most time consuming, are the orchards, the greenhouses, and the slaughterhouse. I'm thinking it's going to be a most of the day project tomorrow to get the orchards and greenhouses in. I don't have the sell points updated yet, so even if we make our chicken cuts and our duck fillet, our chicken fillets and duck cuts, I still can't sell them. But we can at least make sure the factory's going to make them, and we can spawn them out. Oh yeah, we squished that guy. Alright, so let's try this one more time. Let's throw these in here. And they're showing up on the shelf, so we're good. So that's working. Alright, so let's drop you off. Let's get our store delivery mod over here. I hope I have in this folder. We do. Let's grab the tipper. So we got to get some straw. Grab some straw. Let's throw that in here. Alright, so that works. And what do I need? Water and diesel. Alright, so let's throw you here. Let's lease the tanker. So I'm not going to be able to save this save game anyway. Alright, so let's throw some water in here. Oh, we have to build the evaporator in here yet for sea salt. So there's our water trigger, that's working. We should have water showing up in the trough in there, inside the building. And it is. Alright, so that should be good for just a test. So let's empty you, let's grab some diesel. Throw diesel in the tank, and then this factory should fire up. So where are we? Alright, cool. It fired up. We have this line active and our duct line is active. Let us 2000 speed for about a couple of hours. Alright, so we are out of crap, but we should be able to spawn out duck eggs, duck cuts. Oh, we don't have a full pallet of duck cuts. It's not going to let me spawn one out because we didn't put enough ducks in it. But we should be able to spawn out eggs and chicken fillet. Why did we get a pallet of chicken fillet but not a pallet? Because I didn't put a lot of ducks in. Alright, so our eggs are spawning out. Our chicken fillet spawning out. If they're spawning out, our duck cuts are going to spawn out. So I'm not concerned with not seeing them. Right? Duck cuts are only 6. Why are our duck cuts? Because I didn't put a lot of ducks in. No, we have ducks. Why did we not get as much duck cuts as we did chicken fillet? We're going to go in and look at that XML. We're going to have to go look at that XML. We should have just as many duck cuts as we did chicken fillets. And it's only half. I'm out of chickens, but I still have ducks. We're going to have to go in and look at that. Let's go look at the XML. Let's just make sure we have our manure. We have our manure. We should have our trash, so we have our trash. We should have sewage. So everything's working. Alright, let's get out of here and let's look at our XML. And see why we didn't have as many duck cuts as we did chicken fillets. And let's go back to the log first and just make sure there's no other errors in the log. Just a waterfall. Alright, so there's no other errors in the log. Let's go to our poultry house. Let's look at... Alright, so our chicken fillets are 20% of what we make. Our duck cuts are 20%, so something's not right. Water's 10% in. Chicken feed is 50%, that's 50%. Straws 10, chicken is 25, ducks 25, diesel's 10%. I think I know why. Let's come up and look at our chicken. Alright, so we input chicken. Chicken is 300 liters per animal. No, our duck is 300 liters per animal. So we're putting them in. Our output, chicken fillet is 4,000 liters per pallet. Our duck cuts are 4,000 liters per pallet. Why are we not getting as many duck cuts as we are chicken fillets? Aha, 1,000. This is 10,000 liters per hour. This is only 1,000 liters per hour. So that needs to go to 10,000 liters per hour. That means if it's wrong in this map, it's wrong in the islands map. So let's go fix the islands map. Placeables, global company, poultry house, poultry house, yep, so that's wrong in this map too. So let's save that. So good things. We got an update coming out tomorrow, so that'll fix that as well. Poultry house, fixed, ducks, cuts. Good thing I didn't put that update out today and saved it for tomorrow. Catch a few more things I had to fix. Alright, so that takes care of that. So this is now complete. So we can take poultry house off the list. Yep, poultry house is now off the list. So where do we want to put our orchards and our greenhouses? I really want to get them along the railroad tracks. I'm thinking, let me get some speed. I was thinking about putting what I was thinking about doing was taking this field here, moving this silo down to here, below the sails, like right in here between here and the concrete field. So somewhere in there. And then get rid of this mess and put the orchards here, because if I put the orchards here, we should be able to drop our compost and manure off by train. We'll be able to drop our water off by train and our diesel off by train. So I'm thinking the orchards, either one, the orchards or the greenhouses here. And then I want to come over here and take part of this forest out, or all of this forest out. And in this corner here, I want to put the orchards. I'll probably put the greenhouses in the back corner here. We'll put the orchards here, and it's along the train tracks, so we can drop off our our water, our manure, our compost, and we can drop everything off by either truck or by train. Can I get lucky and are all these trees in one transform group? Or are they not in one transform group? The question is, are there any other trees lit up green? Crap! I can't remove the whole transform group. Alright, we're going to have to do this painfully slow. But this will be tomorrow's project, but I figured at least tonight, I'm not going to start any new factories tonight. I've been on here long enough today. I'm probably going to call it, get out of here, get ready for some dinner. But at least we can get the trees out of here and get ready for tomorrow. I said it's more of a pain in the neck taking the trees out than it is putting them in. But it'll brighten this area up also. It takes 10 times as long to take them out than it does to put them in. Actually, I'd probably just go up here. That's a lot quicker. Why didn't I think of that an hour ago? Um, Sassy 155 update on Ritchie Islands. Yes, there's going to be an update tomorrow on Ritchie's Islands. It will work with an existing game save. I took and increased all of the boulders to 10,000 liters each instead of 4,000 liters each, so the mines will run a lot longer without having to take the boulders off the hill and put them down into the pit to be crushed. I increased the plywood pallet to 10,000 liters, just like the lumber and the steel. I increased the beehive pallet. We essentially doubled it and put double the pallet spawner, so the beehive factory will run twice as long. And what else did I do? I fixed the potato steamer, but I was missing particle effects and fill planes for the potato steamer. Um, when you dumped them into your truck, you didn't see them. I took every trash pallet and increased it from 1,000 liters to 4,000 liters. So everything that spawns trash out will now run 4 times longer without it having to be emptied. I fixed the diesel price in the prices menu. We increased the amount of pine resin, and so we're going to get like 50 or 60% more resin to make glue quicker. I doubled the production on the orchards and the greenhouses. So it just balanced out pricing and I balanced out production. And with all these trees out of here, FPS will be much better. Come back up top. Went up too far. Went up too far. And then, depending on what we do with this area, we can put some of these put some of these back tomorrow. But for now, I'm on a blank slate to work on. So the only thing we have to do is we have to move these guys to this side of the track. Want them in over more in the trees. Let's bring Mama over. Come on. Want Mama. I don't want the water plane, I want Mama. Alright, so let's go back and find Daddy. Alright, so let's move this one over. Let's move Mama over here. Along the tracks. Reduce my speed. Let's get Mama here. Daddy there. And let's put Bambi in the middle of Mommy and Daddy. Is he floating? He is floating. Let's get him a little bit lower. Was Mommy or Daddy? No, she can come up to a little bit, to about there. And then he can come about there. Alright, so that gets them out of the way. This will be a perfect spot for the orchards. Let's get a clean slate to start with for tomorrow. Get rid of the pine color. This will get us a good start for tomorrow. Smaller. That'll work. We can clean this edge up tomorrow. But I just want to get this out of here. Alright, so that is where our orchards are going to go. Rob, hey, old man, I'm back. Is there a way to remove all trees of that type on the map? Only if they're in separate transform groups. Unfortunately, when I built this map, I think all the trees are in one transform group. Let's come up to the top of this list. Yeah, so unfortunately every tree in the map is in the same transform group. So we either remove every one of them or you remove them one at a time. On the new map I was smart. I put each factory, each area on the map has its own transform group, so you can remove sections at a time a little bit easier. But this is going to be our greenhouses. And let's do a little bit of prep work back here, and then I'm going to get out of here. I am going to go to subtract. Let's get our square brush. And let's just get the grass out of here so we're ready for tomorrow. I'm going to leave some along the road, but we can always paint whatever we don't, what area we don't need we can paint back in. But it'll make it a lot easier for tomorrow to have this grass out of here. Leave some along the tracks there, and we can clean up this, whatever I need painted back in, we can paint back in tomorrow. So let's come along here, leave some along the road. This will get us a good start tomorrow. I don't know how far back we're going to go, so let's just leave it there for now, but I do want to get the brown. I like working on the brown. It gives me a clean slate visually to work off of. And then we can fix the textures back tomorrow. About here. Come over to here. Visually, I just like working on this better than the green. And that gives us a slate here for tomorrow to start on. I want to, we have a water fill trigger here, which I'm going to leave. I'm going to get rid of these sheds because they're going to be in the way. We have to move this, which is silo 4. So let's move silo 4 down. So let's make, so that's going to have to come down here. So that means we're going to have to clean up some of these trees. Make room down here. Now we may make a new road. Let's get rid of this one more tree. Alright, so that was silo 4. So let's move silo 4 down to here. And it's going to have to get spun. And let's put you here. Where is the pipe coming out? A pipe is going to come out about there. above the track. I'm going to get this close to the center of the track as I can. That looks about right. And then we'll fix the lighting. Now the other problem I have is we're going to have to go File, Import, Ricciville Maps, Placeables, Railroad Silos, Grain Silo 4. I think this was, no, maybe not. Alright, so which one do I want? So you are, let's move you close to over here. Minus 1300 and minus 1800. Items, Silo 4, it's not Silo 4, Silo 5, minus 1300, minus 1800, minus 13, yeah, so Silo 5. So let's delete that one out. Let's import, File, Import. I don't have a Silo 5. Grain Railroad Silo 5 XML. Grain Silo Railroad 5 XML. Ricciville Maps, Placeables, Railroad Silos. Railroad Silo 5 XML is Grain Silo 2 I3D. So I want Grain Silo 2 I3D, right? Grain Silo Railroad 02. Grain Silo Railroad 02. That's the one I want. We have to come over here. Let's bring you back here. And we have to spin you around to minus 90. You go about there. You go about here. And then inside, nope, you are still wrong. Spin you back this way to 90. You come in here. That looks better. Bring you back. So we have to, we won't have our triggers unless we move them. And we're not going to know if this works until we test it, but I think it's going to be too high. So let's come down. Here's our train unload. Actually, let's leave it where it is. Alright, so this is going to be in a new spot. We're going to have to come in and test this. Oh, come on, go down on the speed. We have to spawn these triggers in the correct spot since we moved the silo. Alright, so I think you have to be about there. I don't know. We're going to have to spawn this in and go in game and test it. I can fix all the roads and the signs and the lights and the grass and everything later. Alright, so now you are Grain Silo Railroad 02I3D. You are Railroad 5. So this now becomes... We have to move where this trigger's spawning in, since we moved the physical building. You are now this number. You are now this number. And you are now this number. And it is 090. So let's save this. Let's delete these back out. Let's save the map. Let's go back in game just to see if the silo works. Dang the memories we had the oil wells up there when we played. Yeah, right? That back swamp is going to get changed up a little bit too, I think, before I call this map finished. Let's see if this silo is actually going to work, since we moved it and moved the trigger. These triggers are a pain in the butt to get lined up. We have to delete that save game. Let's go back and see if that silo is actually going to work. Alright, so let's come back. Yeah, I think it did move. Silo 5 is now here. So that moved. Are our triggers... no. F5. Our triggers are moved. So that trigger is there. The railroad trigger is there. So the trigger's moved. So we moved the correct one. Let's get our store delivery mod here. Let's grab a tipper. And let's make sure that these triggers work. Let's throw some grain in here and make sure we can dump it in. I may have to raise or lower these triggers to see if they work. Oh, alright, so we can dump the wheat in. So that works. Can we unload the wheat? We can unload the wheat, so that works. So now we just got to move the lights and fix the grass and the roads. Alright, so that works. We can come out of here. Let's get a little bit of speed. Let's hijack this train. Oh, cool. So that means the orchards and the greenhouses will be on the same train line too. Oh no, it's not. They're not on the same train. They're on two different trains. Where is this train? We're almost all the way back around to the other side. Here it comes. Let's get ready to hijack the train. Let's go to the first cart. Open up the cover. And so make sure we can unload the wheat into this car. I think I need to turn the speed of these trains back up to like 110 miles an hour. Oh, I forgot about that weird turn under that bridge. Now let me start slowing down. are getting a fill, and we're getting our wheat, so that works. So that works. What do we have left up here to clean up? Nothing. So I'm going to leave the water tower here so we can get water right here. I'm also going to slide the trigger over so we can load water by truck or by train. So we'll probably slide these down further tomorrow. And then we'll get these lights moved and cleaned up tomorrow. I am going to close the map out. I'm going to check the log for errors real quick and then see if you guys have any questions before I get out of here. Nope, the only error I have to fix is the waterfall. So that is done. Poultry house is done. Poultry house is done. Alright. Alright, y'all have a good night. Rob, thanks. Sassy One, thanks. Appreciate everybody taking time out of their day and hanging out a little bit. I'm going to get out of here, and I will see everybody on sometime tomorrow.